Hi everyone, as you can see today's venue is a little different. I'm at my house, but the reason I wanted to do this was because I realized that a lot of people have this problem. This is a very common problem. And so I said, okay, I'm just going to make this a little quick video, so hopefully it can educate everyone in my house as well as all of you out there. So please stick with me and let's get into it. All right, so today we're going to be talking about stinky feet, stinky foot, stinky feet, and how to get rid of them. Okay, and my first advice is to wash your feet. Or if you have one foot, wash your foot. You need to wash it, and wash it with soap and water. Don't just rinse it. You need to wash it with soap and water. Make sure it lathers. Also wash around the heel, wash between your toes, because especially if you have, a lot of thick toes and things like that, a lot of debris can hide between them, and that would just cause for a beautiful place for moisture to grow and things like that. So wash between that area, wash underneath your nails, around your nail area, because if you have long nails, those would definitely harbor bacteria or harbor germs and things like that. So you definitely want to wash around that area as well. So wash between your toes and wash, around your nails and the entire foot, and rinse and pat dry. Make sure that you dry between your toes as well. If you leave moisture there, it'll cause that moisture to sit, and that moisture is a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. You don't want that. So make sure you clean that area, you dry it appropriately, pat it dry if you must, and that'll really help. Another advice is to just trim your toenails. If they're excessively long, again, like I stated, they could harbor bacteria, and that is just not a pretty look, a pretty sight, or a pretty smell. So make sure you trim your toenails appropriately. If you're diabetic or if you had blood flow issues like some of my patients do, please make sure you see a podiatrist so that they can trim it appropriately, and just look at your feet and make sure that the cause of the smell in your foot is not from some other sort of infection or anything like that, and it's just a case of the stinky feet. My next advice is to sanitize your shoes. I know with everything going on right now, like Lysol, Clorox spray, those are all kind of hard to come by. And so, but if you have them, and if you have them in excess or anything like that, just make sure you spray inside of your shoe after you've been out running or exercising or walking, or just, plain going out for the day. Make sure you, spray your shoes down. If you don't have sanitizer, if you have alcohol, you can do that. Or better yet, the very simple solution is literally leave them outside so they can air dry. Make sure you open the little leaflet at the top, open it so that the air can circulate in there, and just kind of, deodorize or kill or remove that musty smell. You just really want that shoe to be ventilated properly, not inside the house so you don't kill your family members. All right, I'm kidding. But just make sure you do it outside, okay? All right, another tip is while you're wearing your covered shoes, if that's what you have to wear because of work or anything like that, make sure you wear breathable socks, okay? Socks that are made out of any other material other than cotton are not exactly breathable. So what that means is you sweat, and we know we have sweat glands all around our foot. And so when you're sweating, that fluid and moisture has nowhere to go. It just sits in there. It's not breathing. Imagine you have not a breathable sock and you have leather shoes. I mean, it's just cooking in there, okay? So make sure you try to wear breathable cotton socks. If you can't, or if you don't have access to one, or you don't know where to buy one, when you get to work, just take your feet out of your shoe so it can breathe a little bit. If you are having a job where you can't really have a chance to take your foot out, then when you are on break, just try to air dry it a little bit, and that may help. Another tip is to make sure that you do not rewear your socks. And I am ashamed to say this. When I was younger, I used to do that. And I wondered why my shoes used to stink. Don't rewear your socks. If you wear it on Monday, don't wear it on Tuesday, because there's dead skin cells on there, sweat from the day before on there, and then there's that one on there on Monday. And then on Tuesday, you go wear it again. Guess what? It's going to be worse. Now you have a double dose of funk. So you don't want to do that. So make sure you change your socks as much as possible. And also change your shoes also. If you have two pairs of shoes, wear one day, the next day leave it to air dry, like we've talked about, and then bring the other one and wear it. Now, if you only have one shoe, which I know that some people do, then Once you get back, air dry it, put some newspaper in it. Sometimes it'll help to absorb the moisture. Also, you can get a bag or a mesh or a cheesecloth, put some baking powder in there, or put some deodorizer, like a drying cloths in there, or anything that smells really nice. Or even lemon. Cut a lemon in half, tie it in a bag that's breathable, a cheesecloth or something, and put it in the shoe overnight after you've left it out to dry. That'll just help to just deodorize the shoe and make it smell better. All right, so as far as your foot, another thing that you can definitely do is to have soak. So soaking your feet, like we talked about lemon being an awesome product. So what you do is just get 1 or 2 lemons and put it in warm water, okay? And also you can get like some essential oils. Peppermint oil smells really good. Lavender smells really good. You want a couple drops, not more than 10 drops, okay? Not more than 10 drops, and you want to make sure that you've mixed it properly. Not too hot. Again, for my diabetic patients with blood flow issues, patients with neuropathy, these, I mean, if you're gonna do this with very lukewarm water. Make sure you have no wounds or no openings so you don't increase the chances of infection, and make sure you test the temperature of the water with your elbow or the inside of your hand or your arm, because those are very sensitive areas, and so you'll be able to adequately test the temperature of the water. I do not want you burning yourself. I've had a patient who did that. So please, if you're diabetic, if you have blood flow issues, if you have neuropathy, I'd really rather you not do this. But if you are well controlled and you want to do it, make sure you test the temperature of the water before you go ahead and do it. All right, so back to where I was. You put lemon in the water and some essential oils of peppermint or lavender, mix it and just soak for about 10 minutes. And after you're done, pat it dry, clean between your toes. We've talked about that. So once you clean between your toes, you can just moisturize as necessary, and then you're good to go. Another foot soak that you can do is black tea. It's such an awesome one, and we have it everywhere, even in the dollar store. So this is such a cheap, affordable, effective way to get rid of the foot stank, okay? So you just get black tea and just brew it and then mix it with, your water. So you can do about two bags with about 2 cups of water. After 2 bags brewed with about 2 cups of water, and just soak your foot in it. The tannins in the black tea will actually help to kill any bacteria and dehydrate the skin a little bit, so it can prevent that sweat that's just building up. Of course, this is after you wash your feet. You can wash your feet. So if you do this soak about 2-3 times a week, you would notice that the smell of your foot will start to reduce. Lavender smells amazing. It's also bactericidal, so that'll be something great that you can actually just do on its own and just soak your feet and just make it see that it starts to smell beautiful. And if you don't want to smell like flowers, you can also just do the peppermint oil on its own with warm water. Some people also actually would add a little bit of olive oil in there because this tends to help and fight some of the fungus, because it does have antifungal properties. So if you have fungus in your foot and that may be contributing to the smell on your foot, if you actually put a little bit of lavender oil or peppermint oil and olive oil in the water, it'll actually help to kill some of the fungus in there and just help deodorize your foot. And when you're done, pat it dry. You can rub some olive oil all around your foot, so that'll moisturize your foot and also have some microbial properties as well. And last but not least, my last tip is to actually, after you shower in the morning and you've wiped your foot clean, don't put the lotion all around between your toes. You can put your lotion all around, but make sure it's adequately absorbed. And once it is, apply deodorant, okay? So deodorant, just like is an antiperspirant. So if you seem to notice that you sweat a lot in your foot, if you apply deodorant to your foot, you would notice that it'll kind of reduce the amount of sweat that you produce. Apply it between your toes, apply it at the bottom of your foot, because that's where you have a lot of the sweat glands that produce sweat, and you would notice that you would not sweat as much, thereby reducing the amount of fluid buildup in a covered shoe and thereby reducing smell. All right, guys, thank you for sticking with me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Please consider subscribing to this channel. If you want me to talk about any other thing that's concerning the foot health or just general body health, let me know in the comment below. Please share this video with your friends and family. Don't forget to check out the playlist that I'm going to put up here, as well as the subscribe button and my other channel where I actually perform surgeries and my procedures, Danielle Foot and Ankle Center. I'll put a link down there somewhere, and I'll also put the name somewhere in this video. Thank Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you later. It's Supply for Doctor.